All right, most of you guys didn't even know I had this. This is the DI Gaboon Clone. Oh yeah, hey, what's up? Can't flip for ship. Anyways, this ballad song, as we're gonna get right into it, is pretty interesting. It's a really tiny and light ballad song that's really cool. And I'd never flipped a real Gaboon, so don't come at me like, oh, well, the real thing, this, that. I do not give a fuck. Anyways, this is the thing itself. And, it's interesting, like, oh shit. This is the lightest ballad song that I think I've ever flipped. And it reminds me, like, I remember when NRB made like some sort of variation of like supposed to be like one of the lightest ballad songs that was like the shtick about it, and that was like the idea, was like it was supposed to be like something that was like light and easy to flip, and people were like, oh, it's like super like accessible for people who like maybe have arthritis or carpal tunnel and shit like that. It's easier to flip. And I've noticed myself too that like this is easier to flip, just because some days after work my hands are not agreeing with me. And so this is like a fun little option. That being said, like this thing feels so fucking weird. I can get around to doing tricks on it that like I want to be able to do, but sometimes, man, this thing just feels interesting to me. Like it just doesn't feel like how I anticipate that things like this should feel. It's light and it flips good. Like once you get the flow of it and you get used to the weight, like you can really really pop off on this thing. But at the same time, like it's nowhere close to like any other ballad song, and that makes it like really hard to gauge like how to compare it. But I think it exists in a league of its own, right? And I guess this can be said for the real Gaboon too, right? Because I mean, it's going to be a comparable size and weight to the clone. Super flowy. I would recommend getting this if you are a clone enthusiast and you like a lighter ballad song, because, dude, like in terms of light ballad songs that I flipped, this thing is fucking dope. It pops the fuck off. And the only reason why I'm getting rid of it is just to try new stuff. But like realistically, I really do enjoy this ballad song. There's times whenever like I remember when I first was looking into getting it, it had so much hype, and I was like, why does this thing have so much hype? And now I get it, right? I get that it's like, it's just a killer. Like it's responsive, it's quick, it has, surprisingly has a lot of grip. I think because like it's got these it's like sandwich, so there's a lot of space in between the channels or whatever, but at the same time, like it's small, so there's more space there's more grip for the amount of handle, right? Like let's say, I don't really know how to explain it to you, but anyways, you kind of get what I'm saying in some sense. But yeah, man, this thing is fucking legit. I love it. And I would normally just kind of say like I'm gonna keep it, but I've been on a stint lately of getting rid of stuff, and I can't justify keeping it considering some of the stuff that I've gotten rid of. And it's, for how much you can get these for online, especially secondhand, you'd be a fool not to get this if you're a guy who likes to have a lighter ballad song, if you're a guy who flips a lot and needs a break sometimes. This is the one. It's an excellent ballad song. Every bit of hype that it got was worth it. But to the same coin, there are times when you're going to be like, man, this thing was supposed to be easy, or like to flip, or like, Can't Flip said it's flowy, he said it's this, he said it's that. Let me remind you, this thing is fucking light as a feather. So you're not going to be used to the way it feels until you really get a feel of it, right? And who knows how long that could take. Some days with this thing I will pick it up and I am like a world beater with it, and other days I pick it up and I'm like, this is genuinely buns as fuck. But overall, kind of just trying to be objective and trying to, do an amalgamation of all the times that I have flipped it and see like what I think. I think this thing is really good. And I think, for people who need a light ballad song, who like a light ballad song, who like, this is closer to, like, to me, to a neutral feel with people who like that, this is your fucking jam and fucking potatoes, or whatever the fuck. So I really do like this ballad song. and I recommend trying it. I recommend trying one out and seeing what you think, because it's really good. I don't know what else really to say about it. It's pretty unique. It's got great tolerances. I heard the Bally Plus ones sometimes don't have good tolerances, so I guess get one from DI if they still make them. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about it, man. This is a quick review because I don't have really bad things to say about this thing. One thing that is funny to me though is that surely they cloned this from, I would assume that the people who made it bought one, and apparently it says here, it says Magna Cut 137. There is a guy walking around right now. If you know, if they didn't just keep it for themselves when they bought it, but if they sold it, you know, there's a guy walking around right now who has number 137, and he's like trying to sell his Gaboon for like however fucking much they sell for, like $500 or $300 or some shit, and everybody's like, dude, yeah, we know. The jig is up. Like, we know, like 137, that's the clone. And he's like, no, dude, I swear to God, like, this is the real thing. Like, could you imagine being that fucking guy? Jeez. But yeah, that's really it. Let me know down in the comments if you tried this bell song. If you have any questions about it, I'll answer them. If you know, a lot of times, like, I don't cover everything in my reviews. So if you have a problem with me not covering something, just leave a comment and I'll just tell you what it is. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. I assume that like most of the time that I can just do that, you know, and not have to worry so much about being perfect on every take about what I cover in my reviews. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Rock on.